Hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. Last time we left off, we had just discovered that the Fallen Star, the thing that started off this whole mess, was actually some random dude in some robes. And we came back to town after killing the Skeleton King. Because, I mean, who really needs a King of Skeletons? Isn't it kind of like unnecessary?
This is what fell out of the sky.
No man could survive such a thing. Who are you? What are you?
A warrior, I think. I came bearing grave news, but I cannot remember.
Your message might be all that can save us from impending doom.
That's a bit of a leap. But sure, we'll go with it.
Tell me everything you remember, stranger. Every detail.
Falling. Fire. A sword of great power. It was part of me. But it shattered into 3 pieces as I fell.
It is vital that we find those pieces. I believe the sword made whole will restore your memory.
The goatmen are rampaging through the fields. Could the sword have anything to do with that?
Of course, of course. Just as the dead rose around the stranger, the sword pieces drove the goatmen to madness.
The goatmen won't stand in my way. I'll get the sword.
You know, I gotta say, if a piece of your sword is causing an entire species to go rabid, you might want to re-examine your life.
The Horodrim were powerful mages gathered together by the Archangel Tyrael to defeat the 3 prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. They devoted themselves fully to the destruction of the demon lords and left behind valuable tomes and teachings.
How did you become the last of the Horodrim?
My ancestor was the leader of the Horodrim, Jared Kane. When the Horodrim died out, their tomes stayed in my family. I was thrilled by tales of the Horodrim as a little boy, but it wasn't until I returned to them as an adult that I realized they contained deeper truths.
Can you remember anything else?
Only that there were surges of light and a kind of pain.
How do you fare now?
The emptiness gnaws at me. It is a constant frustration.
Calm yourself. The sword should help you remember.
Tyrael is the angel of justice. He has been helping mankind for generations, though he is forbidden to do so in any direct manner. Long ago, the high heavens and the burning hells made a pact as a result of the Sin War that they would not interfere in our world.
But the demons have obviously broken this pact. Why can Tyrael not involve himself directly?
The Angiris Council, the archangels that lead heaven, almost destroyed our world once to keep the demons from spreading their corruption upon it. If Tyrael were to act directly, it would alert the Council to the demons' activities here and imperil us all.
That doesn't sound very fun.
I hear you are going to the fields. It was a place of great beauty before the dirty Khazra fouled it with their presence. Kill some of them for me, will you?
Sure, it's all new again. Fields of Misery. Wait,
If there's a sword here, we will find it.
were they called Fields of Misery back when they were nice too? What kind of a naming scheme is that? Ah yes, the beautiful Fields of Misery.
Didn't think I could get any better.
The large, sluggish beasts can thrive in any grassland or forest, provided there is enough water. Farmers will recognize these brutes as the savage cousins of the common pack beast. A tame breed that was likely domesticated nearly 2,000 years ago. One can hardly imagine the trouble that effort must have taken.
I was able to trace some carrion bats back to one of their nests. What I found shocked me. The nest itself is a living organism, a mature bat that has been mutated by the darkest of magics. I no longer doubt that demonic forces have corrupted these creatures.
Gee, carrion bats.
I have heard the most ridiculous tales about travelers being ambushed by vicious trees. It is too much. Despite their names, the wood wraiths are not plants, but fully mobile beasts who have taken on the guise of foliage to ensnare their prey. Only a simpleton could be fooled by such a trick.
Ooh, stew. Not good stew. Okay, we'll just ignore him. I like it better when you're ignoring me. Can we go back to that? Maybe a chest? To be fair, I'd probably be all happy and with a chest full of gold. Considering they creak and everything, I'm still inclined to believe the wood wraiths are not some sort of beast, but rather, you know, something actually made of wood. Oh. Sheltered cottage. This is a lot of dead people.
Thank you.
That's it. Let me leave the chickens alone.
Always wanted to fight some of these.
Really? I don't. Like, enchanted. Like those little orbs of energy. Ah, there we go. First gem. Not when I want to be sucked. Alright, I'm just gonna... I don't have any luck finding this place, so I'll be right back when I find it then. Something happens. Oh, all I did was deal with Scarecrow, and I've got some tiny. Oh, for some reason it said some tiny the violet.
Could we find more like that?
That's a very pretty name for a disease bat. Anyway, back to the search.
That's a familiar glow. The piece of the
There
sword I'm
we
looking
go.
for must be in this cave.
Done lots of stew, but no sword pieces so far.
A dark coven has formed in Tristram, and I feel...
Kill her.
Oh. I would also fear kill her.
We must hurry with the ritual. Magda will be here soon. It is turning.
This sword piece glows with the stranger's magic.
Who are you to take what is mine?
Yours? I believe you're mistaken.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
To hell with you, witch!
Very well. Let the games begin.
You know, I don't think you get to just go finders, keepers, losers, losers on magically glowing.
Well fought. But you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
But yeah, I really don't think you get to just choose to have something be yours. You go finders, keepers, losers, weepers, nah. At least, not last I checked.
There are forces arrayed against us that are stronger than we ever imagined. Some greater purpose lies behind these trials, but I do not yet know it.
It is destiny. Let us keep moving.
Yeah, because if we keep moving, we find bloody chests, and dead villagers, and regular chests. Ooh. Even more dead villagers and chests. Ah, these cultists know exactly what I want.
I need to go back. We are not the only ones seeking the sword. I had to take the first piece from a witch named Magda and her crazed minions.
Uncle Deckard, they sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Claw Resort. That sounds like a nice place to visit if you were a villain.
Magda taunted me, claiming to know where the next piece is. She said it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leah. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leah, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
That really is not sounding like a great place to be. Oh well. Oh yeah, I can talk to people.
How does one become a Templar anyway? Were you born to the Order?
No. Our scripture says, as a farmer reaps his wheat, so must the Order harvest and purify the weeds.
That seems a little unfair. You are not a weed.
You speak out of kindness, but you do not understand. When they took me, they saved my life and my immortal soul.
Should we get a new weapon for our friend here? Let's do that while he tells me more about his stuff. His sins.
You told me that your Order saved your soul by recruiting you. What are these sins that haunt you?
I cannot tell you.
No good comes from ignoring your past. You should seek knowledge, not hide from it.
You misunderstand me. We are literally unable to recall our past. The Inquisitors stripped my sins and the memory of them from me, leaving me pure.
My grandfather used to tell me stories of ancient heroes who performed impossible feats. You remind me of those heroes. Of course, he also told me I looked like a quill fiend. He was a strange man.
Magda's coven is a remnant of an ancient religion called the Triune that worshipped the primevals as gods.
But the prime evils died 20 years ago. Who does the Coven worship now?
The last two evils, Asmodan and Belial, remain. And if either of them are behind this coven, then our troubles are only beginning.
This fragment seems very old and very powerful.
Indeed, it feels familiar to me, though the rest is still unclear.
Your sword would seem to mark you as a great champion.
If that is what I am, then my strength has gone with my memory.
Perhaps when the sword is complete, it will restore both.
You know it's not polite to go through other people's things, don't you?
Oh, she's calling me out. Don't worry, Leah. I only wanna hear your deepest, most interpersonal thoughts.
This is my room. Do you like it?
I mean, yes, it's very cozy. He's painting, so that's kind of his cue. Just stay over there while
What? You're not really thinking of reading my journal, are you?
No.
Magetastica believes the key to unlocking the stranger's memory is reassembling his sword. I wish I could say this was another of Uncle's crazy theories, but I can't deny that these ominous events are starting to really scare me.
Alright, well, that's all the time I have for this episode. But it seems like the episodes aren't quite long enough, so I'm thinking I'll probably try and make them longer, and I'll cut out that middle stuff, focus more on the main story. Or if you guys have any thoughts about it, please let me know in the comments, and then that way I can know whether you guys want more of the main story or you want to keep it with the short, sweet, this is this main mission, and stick to that. Anyway, regardless, I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.